Myntri rangbah ke jylla Konrad kongkal sangma babat ru ya ke Tyngka hak sorka ula wanrah ya ke Mang Tyngka usnem arajar arpulai kaba ke jingïoh lung khajuna ke duna hado sejar praspa sop nai klur na ke jingpelut ke belong kumba 0.1% na ke gross domestic product GSDP. Haba wanrah ya ke Mang Tyngka Myntri rangbah ulai itu ba ke jylla ke khmilinti ba ke nyolum khat prahaja news pa klur ha usnem Mang Tyngka banwan kat ba ke jinglut kan kot chaka khat nyu haja khandai spa khat nyu klur Tyngka. Myntri rangbah ulong ba ke Mang Tyngka ke ba menta usnem kam don chu ya kata ke jingbu pha kerpang ne ke plan pat ke non plan henrei la chim lang kumbala le da ke sorkar pedeng ya ke rukom man wanrah ya ke Mang Tyngka ha ke jo ke por la mang pisa kerpang ru ya baro kitna trikam jong ke sorkar.
With your permission, I rise to present the budget for the financial year 2022-23. Introduction. So this year, we mark the 50th year of statehood, a very special year for our beautiful state and all Meghalayans. We are celebrating the momentous journey of the state and its 38 lakh people through the year. Despite the disruption of the last 2 years caused by the COVID pandemic, the state has achieved significant progress on all fronts with support from the Government of India and all local stakeholders. I am glad to say that the COVID vaccination status in the state has reached 71% and all economic and social activity is slowly returning to normalcy. The MDA government has successfully completed 4 years. Yesterday, we celebrated this occasion in the midst of all stakeholders, including our farmers, youth, women, community leaders, and entrepreneurs. My government has made every effort in the last 4 years to put the state on a higher growth path and to improve the well-being of each and every citizen. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, within a short period of 4 years, we have put in place the infrastructure and governance system that will ensure growth for decades. We are constructing 26 major roads at a cost of about 2,500 crores. Additionally, every effort is being made to connect all the rural habitations. On average, in the current financial year, we have built about 2 kilometers of rural roads every day. We have increased the number of households with piped water supply from 5,000 to over 2.1 lakhs in a span of just 2 years. We have created livelihood opportunities and launched cash benefit programs under which we are transferring 5,000 rupees to all the agriculture households. Our mission mode projects in the agri and livestock sector are directly benefiting about 50,000 farmers. We have undertaken initiatives to empower women, which includes the expansion of self-help groups to cover over 3 lakh households. We are now among the top 3 states in terms of immunization coverage for children. So the law and order situation has largely been peaceful during the current financial year. I am happy to inform this august House that the HNLC has indicated their willingness for unconditional talks within the ambit of the Indian Constitution. This is a welcome development, and we have written to the Ministry of Home Affairs to take the process forward. My government is committed to resolving the long-pending interstate border issue with Assam. I've had several rounds of discussions in the last 6 months with the Chief Minister of Assam. We have already signed an MOU to resolve 6 of the 12 areas of differences. We expect to finalize the agreement soon. Continuing our emphasis on governance reforms, I have made some fundamental changes in the budgeting system. The plan and non-plan dichotomy in the formulation of the budget estimates has been done away with. This is in line with the Government of India's budgetary practices and enables efficient budgeting. Further, for the first time in the history of the state, I am presenting a gender budget, a youth budget, and a sustainable development goal budget. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, at the beginning of this decade, I had laid down the vision for Meghalaya to be amongst the top 10 states by 2030. In the last 2 budget speeches, I have reiterated this vision and laid down the framework for achieving it. I am pleased to say that we are on the stated path. In the first part of my speech, I will focus on the state finances and then move on to various sectoral interventions. State finances. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused economic disruption on a large scale. However, with the increased government spending and other measures, the economy is on a recovery path. The state's GSDP for the current financial year is pegged at 37,494 crores. Given the positive outlook for the economy, the GSDP estimates for 2022-23 stands at 41,010 crores. For the current financial year, the state government received 5,851 crores as share of central taxes, against the original estimates of 5,100 crores. Under the Special Capital Assistance Program, the Union Finance Ministry has also sanctioned 300 crores for taking up various capital projects. These additional funds are a welcome relief to the state government, and I would like to express my gratitude to the Honorable Prime Minister and the Honorable Union Finance Minister. For 2022-23, the state's share of central taxes is estimated at 6,264 crores. The state will also be receiving 1,033 crores as revenue deficit grant, 76 crores as grant for disaster management, 140 crores for autonomous district councils, 69 crores for urban local bodies, and 59 crores as grant for the health sector. The total transfers from the Government of India, including the schemes related transfers, are estimated at 7,641 crores. The Government of India has increased the size of Special Capital Assistance Pool from 15,000 crores to 1 lakh crore. Out of this, 614 crores has been allocated to Meghalaya for taking up various capital works in 2022-23. The own tax revenue of the state for the current financial year, including the GST compensation, is expected to touch 2,213 crores. This includes an anticipated excise revenue of 300 crores. Over the last 4 years, this government has been making concerted efforts to increase the state's revenue base, and these efforts are yielding results. For the year 2022-23, I am estimating the overall tax revenue to be 2,625 crores, out of which excise revenue is estimated at 350 crores. The non-tax revenue collection during the current financial year is expected to touch 541 crores. For 2022-23, the government is taking steps to auction a large portion of the 32 lakh metric tons of the extracted coal. I am also expected to generate significant additional revenues through the initiation of scientific mining in the state. The Ministry of Coal has already given approval for prospecting operations for 17 applicants. Given this, I am estimating the non-tax revenue from the mining sector to be 500 crores and the overall non-tax revenue to be 731 crores. For the current financial year, the overall central shares and state-owned resources are estimated at 10,189 crores. The state's financial performance on various centrally sponsored schemes and the externally aided projects has been robust. Given this, I expect the state's overall expenditure for the current financial year to touch an all-time high of 15,600 crores. This is a 13% increase over the expenditure of the previous financial year and a 58% increase over the expenditure in 2017-18 when my government came to power. For 2022-23, I am projecting an overall expenditure of 18,881 crores. Out of this, 14,448 crores will come from the state's resources, and the rest will be leveraged from central resources. The revenue expenditure is estimated at 15,376 crores, and the capital expenditure is estimated at 3,505 crores. I am pleased to announce that the projected capital expenditure is the highest in the history of the state and will propel the infrastructure growth in line with the trust given by the Government of India. I will now move on to the second part of my speech, deliberating on various sectoral interventions. Infrastructure for creating the Meghalayan decade. The northeastern region is in general, and Meghalaya in particular, have a huge infrastructure deficit. My government has been focusing on bridging this deficit over the last 4 years. This budget will continue to give a strong thrust to infrastructure growth by prioritizing roads, water supply, power, transport, and social infrastructure. Connecting Meghalaya. My government has spent almost 1,300 crores over the last 4 years for building rural roads. We are also spending about 2,500 crores for building 26 major roads all over the state. These include the Mairang Rani-Godown Azra Road, the Rongram Fulbari Hill Road, the Dauki Bolaganj Road, and the Pasigarampani Road. Most of these roads will be completed and dedicated to the people of the state by December 2022. Construction and expansion of additional critical roads with an investment of 800 crores will be initiated in 2022-23. These include the Jowai Nartyang Kdiap Khanduli Road, the Chokpot Sibari Road, the Mauplang Mausangram Road, the Umulong Tirsang Bamkamar Road, the Anogri Raksamgri Road, the Umlinka Laume Road, and the Rongringri Simsangri Ninkra Road. To take up these new roads and to complete the ongoing projects, I am allocating an amount of 1,770 crores for the year 2022-23 for the road sector, out of which 519 crores is for PMGSY, 220 crores specifically for the rural roads, and the remaining will be for the various state road projects. Water for all. The Jal Jeevan mission has been an emphatic success in our state. We have been able to provide tapped water connections to over 210,000 households in just 2 years. The state government will be spending about 2,000 crores during 2022-23 on the scheme. And I'm positive that by March 2023, we will be able to provide tapped water supply connections to another 3 lakh households. My government is making every effort to complete long pending water supply schemes such as Greater Shillong, Nongstoin, Raliang, Rimbai, and Ampati water supply scheme. The construction of the gravity main of the Tura water supply scheme and the Greater Sora water supply scheme have been completed. The construction of the Bakmara water supply scheme is nearing completion. For 2022-23, construction and augmentation of the water supply schemes at Tura, Shangpung, Mokurwat, Umlinka, and Peninsula will be taken up at a cost of 150 crores. We are also pursuing with the Government of India for sanctioning funds for the William Nagar water supply scheme. Mobility for the future. I am very pleased to inform this August House that the Umroi Airport is fully operational and is handling over 10,000 passengers and 250 aircrafts on a monthly basis. We currently have direct connectivity to 8 different cities, and we plan to add flights to more cities during 2022-23. Helicopter services would be an efficient mode of travel, especially for the tourist. In 2022-23, these services will be made operational on new routes to William Nagar, Dauki, and Sora. I am allocating 101 crores for the transport sector in 2022-23. Reliable and affordable power. My government has been working methodically over the past 4 years to reform the power sector. The first step in this direction was clearing the long pending dues of 1,345 crores to the various power generating and distribution units. The power generation capacity of the state is also being augmented. The 22.5 megawatt Ganol hydroelectric project, being built at a cost of 508 crores, is nearing completion. The Meghalaya Power Distribution Sector Improvement Project for strengthening the distribution network is progressing very well. It is being implemented at a cost of 1,225 crores. I am allocating 467 crore for the power sector in 2022-23. Digital connectivity for a digital Meghalaya. The government has initiated the program to install 875 base transceivers stations to extend the 4G network to 1,164 villages in the state that do not have mobile connectivity. In addition, 11 base transceivers stations are to be installed on National Highway 44 and National Highway 62 to improve the mobile coverage along the national highways. With these initiatives, I am positive that the internet and mobile connectivity will be made available to all the villages in Meghalaya. We are also working on an initiative to improve the bandwidth connectivity in Meghalaya. This includes getting a direct 100 GB internet connection from Sylhet in Bangladesh. Once operational, this will go a long way in revolutionizing the service sectors in the state. Infrastructure for health and education. My government is investing about 350 crores with assistance from the World Bank to improve the overall health infrastructure in the state. As part of the project, all the 659 health centers will be upgraded within the next 5 years. For the year 2022-23, I am allocating an amount of 60 crores for the Meghalaya Health Systems Strengthening Project. I am also allocating 1,617 crores for the entire health sector, an increase of 28% over the allocation in the current financial year. Continuing with our focus on education, the process for constructing 39 Eklavya residential schools has started. 208 primary and secondary school buildings are being built with a cost of 109 crores and shall be completed by December 2022. For 2022-23, another 111 schools will be constructed with an estimated cost of 100 crores. Projects for having higher education institutes in every district are close to completion. My government has also operationalized 9 People's College across the state. The second phase of selection and operationalization of additional People's College will be done during 2022-23. Infrastructure for excellence. The construction of the Shillong International Center for Performing Arts and Culture, SICPAC, shall be completed by June 2022. It is being built at an estimated cost of 151 crores. The comprehensive upgradation of the JN Stadium in Shillong at a cost of 40 crores and the construction of the new PA Sangma Integrated Sports Complex at Tura at a cost of 128 crores shall be completed by December 2022. The construction of the state-of-the-art indoor stadium at JN Sports Complex with facilities including 12 badminton courts, an indoor shooting range, a jogging track, and an amphitheater shall also commence in 2022-23 with a total project cost of 97 crores. The works for the Tribal Research Center being built in Babadam, West Garo Hills is progressing well. The project cost is about 42 crores and it will become a center of excellence for the Northeast region. Infrastructure for governance. The new assembly building being constructed at Maudyandyang at a cost of 216 crores shall be ready in the coming months. The next section will be held in the new assembly. This is a matter of great pride for each one of us, and I compliment the Honorable Speaker for his efforts in making this a reality. I am allocating an amount of 100 crores for the completion of the project in 2022-23. To take administration closer to the people, mini secretariat complexes shall be built at Tura and Juwai with a cost of 45 crores. Further, an amount of 150 crores shall also be spent for creation of administrative infrastructure at all the district headquarters. Demands for the creation of new administrative units have been made on various occasions. The state government is examining these demands and will take a final decision on the locations of the new civil subdivisions, blocks, PWD divisions, subdivisions in this Golden Jubilee year. Further, the upgradation of new construction of blocks infrastructure shall be taken up at 40 blocks in 2022-23 at a cost of 120 crores. Law and order is essential for development and economic growth. I am earmarking 100 crores for the upgradation of police and law and order infrastructure for 2022-23. Infrastructure for jobs. Several of the government's key infrastructure initiatives have already created jobs for the youth of the state. Ongoing and new projects will generate employment for thousands of youths over the next few years. The Shillong Technology Park, built at a cost of 62 crores, was inaugurated recently and has created 1,500 jobs directly. The demand for office space has already exceeded its capacity. I am very happy to announce that the government will be taking up the second phase of the technology park in 2022-23. When completed, it will create about 4,500 jobs over the next few years. I am allocating 120 crores for the IT sector in 2022-23, an increase of 31% over the allocation in the current financial year. Tourism is another sector that has the potential to generate employment on a large scale. Accordingly, 2 major eco-tourism projects are being implemented at a cost of 1,450 crores. Under these projects, tourism infrastructure will be built at around 50 different locations over the next 5 years. As part of these projects, hospitality complexes, including high-level accommodation units, shall be built at Sora, East Khasi Hills, Nokrek, West Garo Hills, Mollendep, Riboy, Siju, South Garo Hills, Nongknum, West Khasi Hills, Tharlesken, West Jaintia Hills, and Damalgiri, Southwest Garo Hills. As promised in the last budget, we have launched the program for construction of homestays. Under this innovative program, individuals are being provided a subsidy of up to 70% for constructing homestays costing up to 10 lakhs. We are covering 100 homestays in the current financial year and will be targeting 1,000 homestays for 2022-23. Further, for this important intervention, I am allocating an amount of 10 crores. In addition to accommodation units, transportation is key for the tourism sector. For this purpose, we will be launching a new program to induct 200 luxury tourist vehicles. A 50% subsidy will be provided to entrepreneurs who will be owning and operating these vehicles. We will also launch electric buses, e-buggies, at the major tourist attractions to enhance the ease of movement of tourists and to promote low-impact tourism. I am doubling the allocation for the tourism sector to 173 crores for 2022-23 compared to the current financial year. Infrastructure for urban rejuvenation. The allocation for the Shillong Smart City project has been increased from 70 crores to 1,000 crores. It is being funded on a 50-50 basis by the Government of India and the state government. In addition to the Smart City project, the state government has also initiated the construction of a business, cultural and tourism center at Kandailat, Shillong at a cost of 216 crores. Further, the government has recently procured 807 acres of land at Mopdang, East Khasi Hills, with a vision to construct a new planned administrative city and other economic infrastructure. The process of obtaining clearances for the Shillong Peak Ropeway are at an advanced stage, and I expect the construction to commence during 2022-23. The project will be implemented at a cost of 116 crores. To reduce traffic congestion in Shillong, we will soon be introducing a pool school bus system with a fleet size of around 100 minibuses. A fleet of electric buses for public transport in Shillong city will also be introduced. I am budgeting 20 crores for improving the mobility in Shillong. Sir, the Tura Smart Town project has already been initiated. Under this initiative, the upgradation of internal roads in Tura town. The beautification of junctions are underway. During 2022-23, works will start for the construction of the state-of-the-art integrated hospitality and convention center costing 52 crores. Projects related to the beautification of additional junctions, installation of street lights, and solid waste management will be taken up in 2022-23 at a cost of 20 crores. I am also allocating an additional amount of 10 crores for the Jowai Smart Town project. Farmer-led agriculture transformation. In a state where 80% of the citizens reside in rural areas and depend on agri and allied activities for their livelihood, farmers have to be at the core of the development paradigm. Accordingly, the overall well-being of the farmers has been our priority. Collectivization for growth. We have successfully completed 1 year of the implementation of the flagship Focus program. Under the program, the government is providing a support of 5,000 rupees each and every farming household for undertaking agri-related activities. About 82,000 farmers have already benefited from the program. For 2022-23, we want to cover all the 4.5 lakh farming households in the state. I am allocating 150 crores for 2022-23 to achieve this target. I feel proud to inform this August House that this is the single largest allocation to any program ever in the history of the state. Mission mode programs. Under the Lakadong mission, the production of turmeric has increased from 6,500 metric tons to 12,800 metric tons over the last 3 years. 15 processing units are being set up across the Lasken and Thadlasken block in West Jaintia Hills. During 2022-23, an additional area of 500 hectares will be brought under Lakadong cultivation, and a curcumin extraction unit will be set up. I am earmarking 10 crores for these initiatives for 2022-23. The Integrated Bee Development Center is being constructed at a cost of 10 crores at Sambrak, North Karo Hills, and will be inaugurated soon. I am allocating 10 crores for the honey mission for 2022-23. The other missions of the government, the mushroom mission and the aroma mission, are progressing well. I am allocating 5 crores each for these missions. The government recognizes that ginger is a very important crop in the state. Currently, around 10,000 hectares are being covered under the ginger, and annual production stands at 66,000 metric tons. There is a huge potential to increase the income of the farmers through developing the ginger value chain. Accordingly, I am allocating 10 crores for 2022-23 for the launch of a new ginger mission. The climatic conditions in the state are also extremely suitable for spices such as cinnamon, large and small cardamom, nutmeg, and cloves. To leverage on the same, we will be launching the Spice Mission with an investment of 10 crores during 2022-23. Apart from spices, there is an immense potential for the cultivation of herbs such as rosemary, basil, oregano, parsley, and thyme in Meghalaya. We will be taking up the cultivation of all these herbs to cover an area of 100 hectares during 2022-23. I am earmarking an amount of 10 crores towards this. Another high-value crop that can be grown in temperate regions like ours is buckwheat. The trials that we conducted in Smith, Umtong, and other villages of East Khasi Hills district have been successful. We will be scaling up to an area of 1,000 hectares in 2022-23. I am allocating an amount of 5 crores for this initiative. Under the piggery mission, support has been provided to 900 individuals for pig breeding and 2,600 individuals for pig fattening. An amount of 35 crores has been dispersed to 195 piggery cooperatives under the mission. Under the milk mission, 588 new cattle have been inducted. For 2022-23, I am allocating 52 crores for the piggery and the milk mission. In addition to piggery and cattle, other livestock that have huge potential in our state are poultry and goatery. The government will initiate the poultry and goatry missions with support from the National Cooperative Development Corporation during 2022-23 with an investment of 200 crores. In the textile sector, a center of excellence is being set up at the Shillong Sericulture Farm, and other departmental infrastructures is being upgraded to benefit the sericulture farmers and weavers. I am allocating an amount of 63 crores for the textile sector. Cooperatives. Over the last 3 years, 320 integrated village cooperative societies with a combined membership of about 55,000 farmers have been formed. These cooperatives have mobilized savings of about 18 crores. The government is also providing zero-interest working capital loans and grants to these institutions. With these, the farmers are being empowered to replace the middlemen and undertake marketing of agriculture produce. To continue this movement, an amount of 20 crores shall be spent in 2020-23. Agri-logistics and marketing. The construction of 30 farmer-owned, farmer-operated markets with an investment of 20 crores is underway. Given the strong demand for such markets, I am announcing the building of 20 more markets at a cost of 10 crores in the year 2022-23. The state already has a robust agri-logistics system in the form of 1917 I-teams. To further strengthen this, we will launch a new scheme for providing 200 vehicles to individual entrepreneurs, collectives, and cooperatives at 50% subsidy for transporting raw materials and produce. Digital agriculture. My government is also launching a comprehensive program to interface technology with farming under the Digital Agriculture Program. The program will map the cropping activity of about 1.2 lakh farmers, gather data on their farming practices, and provide interventions to improve production and productivity. I am allocating 916 crores for the agri and allied sector in 2022-23, marking an increase of 29% over the current financial year's allocation. Maternal and child health, building the next generation. The health and economic empowerment of our mothers has been a fundamental priority for this government. The interventions of the last 4 years are showing results through improvements in institutional deliveries and child immunization rates. Maternal health. Under the Mother program, the government is carefully monitoring the health conditions of all the pregnant women in the state, with specific focus on high-risk mothers. Thanks to this initiative, the institutional delivery have gone up by 13% during the last 3 years. To further strengthen these interventions, I have launched the Chief Minister's Safe Motherhood Scheme. I am allocating an amount of 25 crores for the implementation of the scheme in 2022-23. Healthy children. The foundation for a healthy adult life is laid in the early days and years of childhood. Under the Early Childhood Development Mission, steps are being taken for children to get the best care and nutrition in the first 1,000 days of their life. Further, due to the continued efforts of my government, the immunization coverage among children has gone up from 44% to 91% over the past 3 years. The Poshan Abhiyan is being implemented to reduce the instances of stunting, undernutrition, underweight amongst children, and anemia among the women. From well-being to self-reliance. This government has formed about 28,000 self-help groups and mobilized women from about 3.2 lakh households. This is a 5-fold jump since 2018. We have distributed about 211 crores to these self-help groups and village organizations over the last 4 years. I am allocating an amount of 115 crores for this program for 2022-23. Combining all the investments being proposed for women for 2022-23, the size of the gender budget comes to 2,495 crores. This constitutes about 13% of the total budget size and is 20% higher than the allocation for the current financial year. Livelihood for all. The state has performed well in implementation of various poverty alleviation programs over the last 4 years. This has significantly improved livelihoods and created employment opportunities in the rural areas. Rural employment. MGNREGS has had a huge impact on the income levels of the rural households. The expenditure on the program has gone up from 913 crores in 2018-19 to 1400 crores in the current financial year. This translates to an income transfer of about 14,000 rupees to each rural household in the state. The expenditure of this program for 2022-23 is likely to be more than 1,500 crores. Financial inclusion, bank linkage. Access to banking services is very important for rural livelihoods. The government's policy for providing zero-interest loans under various mission mode projects is benefiting almost 10,000 farmers. The full interest subvention being provided to KCC loans has benefited 26,000 farmers. For taking banking services to the last mile, the government has successfully implemented the business correspondent model. In the current financial year, around 315 new business correspondents have been deployed and equipped with interoperable micro ATMs. This model will be expanded in 2022-23 to cover all the unbanked villages. I am allocating an amount of 10 crores for providing interest subvention and strengthening financial inclusion. The government has also started providing interest-free capital and working capital loans through the Livelihood Improvement Mission Company of Meghalaya, LIFCOM. In the current financial year, loans of about 5 crores have been dispersed, enabling several farmers, cooperatives to aggregate produce like ginger, pepper, and turmeric. I am allocating 10 crores to expand this initiative in 2022-23. Youth, employment, and entrepreneurship. Meghalaya is a young state with 8.5 lakh people in the age of 15 to 24 age group. Providing opportunities to these youth to find employment and to achieve excellence is the government's priority. Youth engagement. The Meghalaya Youth Policy has been approved in the current financial year. A program for the engagement and training in soft skills of 10,000 youths has been launched. I am allocating an amount of 10 crores towards this program. Skills form the core of employability, and we have been taking up various skill development initiatives. I have launched a new all-comprehensive skill program called Skills Meghalaya. Under this program, 1 lakh youths will be trained in various skills for both wage and self-employment in the local economy over the next 5 years. I am allocating 10 crores for the Skill Meghalaya program for 2022-23 to cover 10,000 youth. Job seekers to job creators. Prime, the government's flagship program, is already in its 3rd year of implementation. So far, it has benefited about 1,250 entrepreneurs. 96 entrepreneurs have received zero-interest loans, and another 117 entrepreneurs have received startup grants from the Prime program. 4 Prime hubs are already functional, and I'm allocating an amount of 25 crores to set up 15 more Prime hubs in 2022-23. In addition to the Prime hubs, a state-of-the-art incubation and youth center is also being constructed at Tura at a cost of 23 crores. The Chief Minister's youth centers, which will be vibrant centers for the engagement of the youth, will also be set up in 10 locations in 2022-23. Sports for excellence. My government is creating sports infrastructure at an unprecedented rate. In addition to the iconic infrastructure being created in Shillong and Tura, 150 grassroots sporting infrastructures have been taken up over the last 2 years at a cost of 45 crores. I am allocating 40 crores for the completion of several of these projects in 2022-23. With the easing of pandemic, the government will be restarting the mission football and activating the grassroots centers across the state. A program for talent identification at the grassroots using state-of-the-art testing methods will be launched in collaboration with the Meghalaya State Olympic Association. The Meghalayan Games will be organized in May 2022, making it biennial event. Further, as part of the Golden Jubilee celebration, the state will also host the Northeast Olympics. I am allocating 208 crores for the sports and youth affairs in 2022-23, an increase of 13% over the allocation during the current financial year. Promoting culture and creative industries. Creative pursuits are a way of life in Meghalaya, and my government wants to create an ecosystem for employment generation in the creative industries. We will launch a new program for organizing round-the-year calendar music events. This will create employment for our musicians, attract tourists, and truly make Meghalaya the music capital of India. For the year 2022-23, a series of festivals, including the Cherry Blossom Festival, the Shillong Literary Festival, the Megong Festival, and a Meghalaya Film Festival will be organized. These events will be platforms for the youth of the state to showcase their talent and to engage with national and global talents. I'm allocating 20 crores for the organizing of these events and promoting the music and other creative arts. Another high potential creative industry for Meghalaya is film making. This sector can both generate employment for the youth and revenue for the state. The government will formulate a film policy to lay out a framework for better production and screening of local films and attract filmmakers to the state. I'm allocating 5 crores specifically for various activities related to the promotion of the films and the film industry in the state. Aggregating all the investments being proposed for youth in 2022-23, the size of the youth budget comes to 1,363 crores. This constitutes about 7% of the total budget size. Building climate resilience and focusing on sustainability. My government has placed a high emphasis on promoting sustainable development, including protecting and conservation of soil, water, forest resources. Resilience to climate change is particularly relevant given our fragile ecosystem. Externally aided projects for sustainability. The government is implementing the IFAD-funded Meghalaya Livelihood and Access to Markets project, the World Bank-funded Community-led Landscape Management project, and the JICA Community-based Forest Management Livelihood Improvement in Meghalaya. I am allocating 227 crores towards implementation of these projects in 2022-23. Water conservation at scale. To address the challenges of water shortage and for creating water-based livelihood in the rural areas, we are undertaking a new project to build about 2,500 small and multi-purpose reservoirs across the state. This project will be implemented with funding support from the Asian Development Bank at an estimated cost of 720 crores over 5 years. Payment for ecosystem services. The water supply to Shillong and Tura depends on the health of the catchments in Umi and Ganol rivers respectively. To specifically protect these vulnerable catchments, we will be implementing a new project called the Protection of Vulnerable Catchment Areas in Meghalaya, in partnership with the German funding agency KfW. The project will cover 106 villages and 344 crores will be invested. As part of this project, my government will launch the Payment for Ecosystem Services model, which entails providing cash support to communities to preserve and protect existing forest. This is the first of its kind of initiative in the Northeast region. Eco-restoration and tourism development at Sora. Sora is one of Meghalaya's globally recognized brands. The Honorable Union Home Minister has taken special interest in eco-restoration and afforestation of the Sora Plateau. The state government recently got the approval for a comprehensive project for the eco-restoration and tourism development at Sora. and adjoining areas at a cost of 1,125 crores over the next 5 years. The implementation of the project will begin in 2022-23. Caring government, social security and welfare. One of the hallmarks of good governance is the provision of welfare to citizens in distress and the disadvantaged section of the society. Response to the COVID pandemic. In the wake of the second wave of the COVID pandemic, the government had doubled its welfare efforts. The state government has provided ex gratia of 50,000 to the next of kin of those who lost their lives due to COVID during the financial year. This is in addition to the 50,000 ex gratia being provided under the State Disaster Response Fund. Support was provided to the community quarantine centers, provision kits were provided to the home quarantine, and medical kits were delivered to all the patients. This was supplemented by regular home visits by the health workers to check on the patients. Chief Minister's Social Assistance Program. About 1.77 lakh senior citizens, single mothers, and differently abled individuals are being supported with cash transfer. The government is spending about 105 crores on this initiative every year. The government is also targeting to provide identity cards to all persons with disability. Health insurance for all. The mega health insurance scheme now covers about 4.5 lakh households. The coverage under MHIS 4 is more than double the coverage under the previous version of the insurance scheme. I am allocating 103 crores towards this important program for 2022-23. Improved governance. My government has made significant progress over the last 4 years in making governance systems more responsive and people-centric. Incorporation of technology in governance is also one of the high priority areas. Achieving sustainable development goals. To emphasize the centrality of SDGs, this year the Sdg Budget has been formulated, which lays out the allocations made for the achievement of the various SDGs. Out of the total expenditure, estimated at 18,881 crores, 9,182 crores will be spent for the improvement of the various SDG indicators. This is an increase of about 19% over the current financial year. Digital government. The government recently launched an e-proposal system under which all proposals in the government will be processed digitally. The e-billing system, under which all the bills and financial transactions of the government will be digitized, is also being implemented. To provide the physical infrastructure for the implementation of these systems, I am allocating 10 crores for 2022-23. Service delivery to the rural areas. My government has been leveraging technology for better delivery of government to citizen services. The 1,200 entrepreneurs-run common service centers of the state are already providing several critical services in the rural areas. The government is in an advanced discussion with the World Bank for the launching of a new 750 crore project for improving governance and service delivery over the next 5 years. This project will focus on delivering government services and setting up grievance redressal mechanisms in every village of the state through the creation of a cadre of village facilitators. We are also implementing the State Capability Enhancement Project to improve the effectiveness of the government machinery. Locality beautification through community engagement. Another new initiative which has been very successful in the Meghalaya Meghalaya Locality Beautification and Enhancement competition that is being implemented in towns of Shillong, Tura and Jawai. Under the program, grants are being provided to communities to take up various beautification works in their localities as per their preference. This initiative has achieved multiple objectives, including creation of employment for artists, engagement of communities, and beautification of our towns. I am allocating an amount of 5 crores for this very special initiative. Budget estimates 2022-23. So for 2022-23, I have estimated the total receipts at 18,700 crores, of which the revenue receipts are estimated at 16,035 crores and capital receipts at 2,665 crores. Excluding borrowings of 2,632 crores, the total receipts are estimated to be 16,068 crores. On the expenditure side, I have estimated the total expenditure at 18,881 crores, of which the revenue expenditure is estimated at 15,376 crores and capital expenditure at 3,505 crores. Excluding repayment of loans of 964 crores, the estimated total expenditure is 17,917 crores. Interest payments for 2022-23 is estimated at 1,110 crores and pension payments at 1,469 crores. I am therefore presenting the budget of 2022-23 with a fiscal deficit of 1,849 crores, which is around 4.5% of the GSDP. Conclusion. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to place on record my gratitude to you and all the members of this august House for the support that has been extended to my government over the last 4 years. I would also like to thank the people of the state for placing their faith in my government. We have worked relentlessly to ensure that our promises translate into reality. My government is determined to propel Meghalaya into the league of top 10 states in India by the end of the decade. A solid foundation for this has been laid over the last 4 years, and this budget creates the pathway for achieving this ambitious mission. Leading the state on this momentous journey has been an enriching and humbling experience. I am confident that this government will get more opportunities to serve the people of the state for years to come. Mr. Speaker, sir, with these words, I commend the budget to this august House. Kublai, Matela, and Jai Hind.